As you are already familiar with CH, so in CH, this certification discusses about and build the competency level to its participant related to hacking or techniques and procedures, how adversaries hack into, and cyber criminals use different methodologies or TTPs, you can say techniques and procedures. So in cyber hacking forensic investigation, it will be totally opposite. Like as an ethical hacker, we find out the security weaknesses and then suggest countermeasures so that the organization can apply those fixes for to prevent themselves from any future cyber attack, right? So similarly, cyber forensic after the hacking is, I mean, done. Like for example, cyber criminal already maybe they have gained unauthorized access due to some vulnerability. It can be in a server, it can be a web application, it can be a mobile device, IoT device, etc. And then after this, maybe the organization now came to know about, yeah, there is an incident, and now they will verify like through their cybersecurity analyst, or there are different SIEM solution or security operation centers. SIEM as in like security information and event management, where they will collect information about different events, and then if level 1 level 2, they will forward to the cyber forensic investigator, where if there is a incident, then I mean true positive incident, that's cyber crime actually, or a cyber or hacking is already done, then the cyber investigator will do the investigation. So in this certification, we will see how different concept of forensic, cyber forensic and forensic investigation, and we will I mean, this course will make you competent to perform this cyber forensics independently, so that you can uh, do the investigation or do the cyber forensic analysis. Because of cyber warfare, in this slide you can see like cyber warfare. There is a concept in EC Council's CH, I think. There is a offensive and defensive cyber warfare. That means like offensive will do every possible attempt to gain unauthorized access to their adversaries, and the defensive cyber warfare involves defending their organization from any sort of cyber attack. So it's a kind of a 24 into 7, you can say, challenging environment for both of them, both the sides, defensive and offensive. So as there are a lot of risks out there in the cyber world, so defensive team, they should actually mix themselves technologically advanced and protect there. But even if they are so much secured, but due to change of technology or negligence can lead to maybe unauthorized access or maybe leakage or a breach of data. So in that case, cyber forensic team will do as part of incident handling and response. So they will do the cyber forensic investigation. So in this course, we are going to learn everything about that actually. So you will gain solid understanding of detecting different hacking attacks. It's good like you already into CH. I mean, you know about ethical hacking, and so you are already familiar. So it will be helpful in that case. But now you have to like brush up your skills, and you have also you told me that you are already enrolled in uh, as a BSc in cyber forensic. So it's good like it can give you some additional skills after this training course. So you'll learn extracting evidence, reporting crimes, conducting audits to prevent future cyber attacks in this course. And you might be wondering why you have chosen this course. So the reality is no single course can cover all investigation methods and all that in such detail. But CHFI, you can say it's a comprehensive. It has a comprehensive approach to computer forensic and evidence analysis. You will be getting some sample evidence files so that we can do hands-on in a virtual environment, like without harming others, or like I mean, so that to be safe ourselves as well because of it might contain some malware. It won't get infected. I mean, we'll create some virtual environment for that. So you will learn this, and after this course, like CHFI investigators will possess the skills, like whatever skills you required, or you will be competent to different situations in incident handling and investigations, where there is for example, a data breach, or if there is an insider threat, complex digital forensic cases, all. So you will be capable of also implement some security policies within your company. For example, like we came to know, like, yeah, due to this kind of fault or some security gap, now the adversaries get inside, they gain unauthorized access, and we should, after doing the CHFI course, we'll be able to even create some security policies that will strengthen the defense of that organization. So I think this is just an introduction, and when we start the course, like from the next class onwards, there we will discuss about all the topics. So today I'll just introduce about the module about this course and what all practicals we will cover. So basic, you already know, I think, yeah, digital forensic. It's a practice that is rooted from the forensic science when there is a murder or like whatever, like criminal, usual traditional forensic science. So we will involve, I mean, in CHFI or digital forensic, we will collect and analyze evidence and materials in the realm of or in the cyberspace, considering, I mean, focusing the cyberspace, and we will focus on computer forensic, network forensic, mobile forensic, IoT, etc., like malware forensic as well. It's under computer forensics. So in this slide, you can see computer forensic practices are particularly valuable for investigating attacks such as system anomalies, aiding system administrator in identify irregular behaviors, like when if you are competent to analyze, for example, traffic, network traffic, so you will be able to identify irregular behaviors, anomalies in this network. So that's what we are going to learn actually in the course. So why it is crucial? Because if there is a cyber attack, so we should investigate everything in a forensically sound manner to preserve evidence for potential legal proceedings, so that we can add to the chain of custody and we can present it all the evidence in a legal proceeding actually. And unfortunately, many cyber attacks occur globally where laws are violated, yet improper or absent forensic investigation allows cyber criminals to escape identification, detection, or prosecution. And these cyber criminals, they know like how to cover tracks. So if so, there can be a lot of challenging situations, like if there is a malware that has some anti-forensic, some obfuscation or some kind of encryption mechanism, it will be difficult for the analyst. Also, if the logs are already cleared during a cyber attack, then the security analyst, I mean, sorry, the forensic analyst will have a hard time. But yeah, so these are few reasons, like because of lack of competency in cyber forensics, and also due to different laws. So cyber criminal, they usually escape easily. So, cybersecurity professionals who understand digital forensic principles can play a vital role in incident handling and incident response. So, in a SOC or Security Operations Center, like all organizations that want to make their cyberspace good, I mean, defend a strong like defense, implement strong defense in their infrastructure, they should implement at least a security operations center, or not. If not, like they should have an incident handling and response plan for business continuity. So in that case, like our hacking forensic investigation will help in incident handling and response. So you will also get a chance to take the exam CHFI by EC Council. The exam code is 31249 if you wish to enroll for the exam voucher. And also it's for you, general, like I already prepared the slide, but if you are already familiar with this concept, then it's good for you to easily understand when we start the modules. For example, basic TCP understanding, basic operating system understanding of different attacks used by adversaries. So for you it is not a problem, I think. Then malware, file systems, etc., etc. So this is the exam detail, CHFI information. So after this CHFI course, exam is valid for 1 year actually. After you get a voucher, you can study, prepare, and take the exam within 1 year. And when you are well prepared, and if you wish to take the exam or just training is different thing. But if you take the CHFI certification exam, it's a 4 hour duration, and there are no practicals, but it will mainly focus on multiple choice questions. So they will ask you 150 question, out of which there is a passing score. Usually it's like 70%, but you can refer to EC Council website, frequently asked question for that. So title of the examination certification is CHFI, which is Computer Hacking Forensic Investigation. And these are the table of content. So we have around 16 modules. So first module is about computer forensic in today's world, where we will understand, or the student or whoever is the participant will understand about the fundamentals of computer forensic in detail. And then second module is about cybercrime and their investigation procedures, like how cyber criminals gain unauthorized access. These are a few scenarios we'll learn, and how actually we are going to do the investigation process. Then we will understand digital evidence, why it is important, chain of custody and all. Understanding forensic readiness, incident response, and role of SOC, Security Operations Center, in computer forensic. So computer forensic comes under this actually level 3, you can say. Security Operations Center is a operation center where they have a number of security analysts, and there are a lot of advanced systems with all the necessary monitoring tools, like SIM, security information and event management. They will have firewalls, intrusion detection systems. There will be some policies. So security operations center will have 24 into 7 duties. There will be 2 shift or maybe 3 shift. So people will come and monitor all the device of their client, or even in-house if it is. So there will be, for example, there is a company and they have 100 different devices, IoT, including IoT device and servers, as well as computer systems. So all the 100 devices will be monitored using this security operations center. Like it can be a room, a different space inside the organization, or it can be outside the organization, and they can use cloud service, and using which they can collect those logs remotely. And this is part of so if, when the cyber forensic will come into play, when there is a security breach and they fail to contain, I mean, stop that attack, and if the data breach already happened, then they will escalate that case to the cyber forensic team, and then they will actually analyze and find out the root cause and all that, like, and then also contribute to the chain of custody, where those information will be presented in the legal proceedings. Then we'll understand the challenges faces in cyber investigation crimes, understand legal compliance in computer forensics. So legal compliance is also important. They're different. I mean, all over the world, there are different laws and different standards. So in the second module, we'll learn about computer forensic investigation process, understanding the process, why it is important to follow the process, and understand the pre-investigation phase, understand first response, understand the investigation phase, post-investigation phase. These are like in the second module. And the third module, like the practical will start from around second, but third is the main practical, like hands-on. We have to set up our lab, like maybe a Windows system. We will need an Android system. We'll be needing a Linux system, and also like few other systems. So after creating it in a virtual box using virtualization software, we can have a VMware or we can have a virtual box, and we'll set up. I will guide you through about this, and then we have some evidence file that we will start. So step by step instructions will be given. So understanding hard disk and file system. So this here we will see different types of disk drives and their characteristic, and then logical structure of a disk. Then understand them, and we will understand about the booting process, booting how this different operating system starts, like Windows, Linux, and Mac operating system. And then understanding various file systems. If we are already familiar with certain concepts, then we can skip actually, but it's usually like understanding, if they don't have knowledge, like the participant, they can refresh their understanding using these modules. Then examine file system using autopsy and sleuth kit. So autopsy is a tool actually, and we will use and see how we can actually run this tool and examine the file system. And there is a sleuth kit tool, and then understand storage system, encoding standards and hex editors. Then we will analyze popular file formats using hex editor. Then in module 2, it's all about data acquisition and duplication. So we'll see the fundamentals and the methodology, and then we will prepare an image file for examination. Here also we'll have a lot of practical. Then defending anti-forensic techniques. So malware authors and always as well as cyber criminals, they follow some anti-forensic techniques that we should know. Otherwise, we'll fail as a forensic investigator. So we'll understand anti-forensic techniques, discuss data deletion and recycle bin forensics, then illustrate file carving techniques and way to recover. So file carving, what is file carving and how we can recover evidence from deleted partitions, etc. We will see. So we'll explore into password cracking, bypassing techniques, steganography, hidden file systems, structure, obfuscation, file extension mismatch, etc. We will see in this fifth module, as well as we will understand techniques of artifacts wiping, overwritten data, metadata correction, encryption, detection programs. We'll actually detect packers if it is actually encoded with some packers and all that. Footprinting, minimizing technique, understanding anti-forensic countermeasures also we will understand in this module. Then next two module like 6 and 7 is about Windows and Linux as well as Mac forensic. So in this, we will collect volatile and non-volatile information. For example, if there is a crime scene and the system is still on, then we can collect information from the RAM. And if the system is already off, turned off, then we won't be able to collect such information from the RAM. We'll understand all that actually, and we'll see practically and how things can be done in a virtual environment so that we are competent and we can get those skills. So perform Windows memory and registry analysis, examining the cache, cookies, histories recorded in a web browser. Then we will see how we can examine Windows files and metadata. Then we'll understand about different shell bags, link files, jump lists, etc. Then we'll understand text-based logs and Windows event logs. It's important. So I think you already know that every system it generate logs, like whether it is a security related log or application related or error log. So every device, like it can be Windows, Linux, or a server having a Windows operating system, even Mac operating system, Macintosh, they all generate logs. So we as a forensic investigator, we should have a good understanding on these logs, like how we can check. So here it's talking about all Windows stuff. Then Linux and Mac. So here we will understand volatile and non-volatile data in Linux as well. Then analyze file system images. Then we'll use sleuth kit again and demonstrate memory forensic using volatility and photorec. Understand Mac forensics. Then we will jump into network forensic after operating system forensic. So we'll understand what is network forensic. Then it will explain us the logging fundamentals and network forensic readiness, event correlation concept, identify indicators of compromise. So how we can identify those IOCs, like using network logs or investigating the malicious traffic, etc., or even the file. So investigate network traffic. We'll see how we can analyze the malicious network traffic, perform incident detection and examination with SIM tools, then monitor and detect wireless network attacks. Here we will also wireless under, I mean Wi-Fi will also be covered under this network investigation, and then we will do some web attack investigation like web application forensic. We will examine the IIS log, Internet Information Service. It's a Windows server actually, Windows web server log, and then understand Apache web server log, then understand functionality of intrusion detection system. So we'll understand what is IPS, IDS. So intrusion prevention as well as detection systems are part of security control that will help us monitor the traffic 24 into 7, and based on different rules it will act. Actually it can alert us, or it can also prevent, or it can detect and prevent. So understand the functionality of web application firewall. We will see what is web. Then investigate web application on Windows-based servers, detect investigation, various attack on web application. So these all actually we are going to cover. Then also we are going to cover the dark web. So dark web is a hidden internet where like a lot of malicious or illegal activity happens. So there also we will see whether the data is even sold or some information is there or not. So or even like if some crime is already done, so how we can check the browser like from the browser we can trace. So understand the dark web, determine how to identify the traces of Tor browser during investigation, then perform Tor browser forensic. Then database forensic we will cover. Here we will determine the data storage, database evidence repositories in MS SQL Server, collect evidence on MS SQL Server, perform MS SQL forensics, understand internal architecture of MySQL and structure of data. So in between, like if you have any question, you can ask, or maybe like in the end of this session, you can ask me question. And throughout the session, like yeah, do you have any question so far?
No, sir, just continue. I'll
Okay, great.
ask.
So okay, that's great. So when we start the session, I will ask after each topic, like if you have any question, and then if everything is clear, then we'll proceed. And then also, yeah, I will try to give you like a good understanding about the practicals. So
Yes.
yeah, so we yes, so we did data for I mean 11 modules. So there are a couple of more modules, like around 16. So we'll understand schema related to the database, and then WordPress web application databases also will cover. And then comes cloud forensic. So cloud, there are major cloud service providers like Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure will cover a little bit of cloud forensic here. Uh, so that we are competent and having those skills actually. So determine how to investigate security incident in AWS, understand fundamentals of Microsoft Azure, determine how investigate like we can investigate here using different methodologies in containers and microservices as well. And then email investigation. So if cybercrime or if some adversaries use some email addresses, then we'll be able to do some kind of forensic. So investigating email crimes, we will see how uh, the email basically works, and then understand how email crime investigation, what are the steps, and US law against email crime. So here we will actually also see our Indian law if there is. So earlier, like IT Act was not much, like there was only like two lines of I think IT, but now they have added few more. So we can see like if there are some crimes against email. And malware forensic we will do later on. Like it's a malware analysis, you can say. So define malware, identify the common techniques attacks used to spread malware. Here we will recognize type of malware analysis like static and dynamic malware analysis. So we'll perform the static malware analysis, then analyze suspicious malwares that are like maybe a suspicious Word and PDF document. We'll try to analyze and their approaches we will discuss, and then analyze malware behavior on system properties in real time. For example, it's a dynamic malware analysis. We'll run a malware and check the behavior. Like in CH, also a little bit of malware analysis was introduced later on. I don't know in 13, but yeah. So analyze malware behavior on network in real time, then describe fileless malware attacks and how they happen. So we'll also do fileless malware analysis, MOTET. Then we'll jump into mobile forensic. So two more modules left. I think 16th is the last. So understand the importance of mobile forensic. Here we will investigate Android and iOS architecture, how they work, and how is the boot process. Then what are the steps in mobile forensic? We will be able to understand all the steps according to this certificate. There can be different step for different courses. So then investigate cellular network data, then how SIM files and data acquisition, like its methods we will see. Then phone lock and this routing of Android and jailbreaking of iOS. So if the phone is locked, or we also see how what is routing or different softwares that can be used to root the Android or jailbreak a iOS device. That means like installing application outside the Google Play Store or App Store in case of iOS device. Then if it is, then we have to check like if due to that there is some security issues. Or so perform logical acquisition on Android and iOS device, will perform physical acquisition on Android and iOS device. Then discuss mobile forensics. We will discuss about forensic challenges and prepare investigation reports. Then finally we'll reach the 16 module where we'll discuss about Internet of Things IoT, like security problems in IoT devices. Then recognize different types of IoT threats, understand IoT forensic, and also perform forensics on IoT devices. So we have some evidence file or some lab setup through which we can actually do that. So again, we will dive deep into labs actually. So these are all theory we saw actually. So if you want more into like focus more into practical, we will. But a little bit theory we will cover, and then more into practical. So hands-on computer practical will cover from the computer forensic investigation process. Like module 2 is the practicals. One is all theory. So here the lab objective will be this actually.
Okay.
So first we will see how we can recover deleted files from evidence from the evidence that, for example, there is a crime or like some device we have, and there is a hacking attempt or already security breach happened. So now we are going to recover those deleted file or see like how we can then generate hashes and checksums, calculate the MD5 value of the selected files. So these are required like actually. So these are initial things. Then viewing the file of various format, then analyze the evidence file and generate investigative report. Will create a disk image file of a hard disk partition that actually we will collect. Then understand hard disk and file system. In this module, we will analyze the file system of Linux image